All right, Dusty, so I got to ask you, you've been around this game for a long time, but growing up, who were some of your favorite players?
Well, my number one favorite player was Tommy Davis. That's why I wear number 12.
Okay.
And I always have worn number 12 because I like the way that he played, like the way that he hit, like the way that he ran. And he was my favorite, but, you know, I had other favorites like, of course, Hank Aaron. I got to see him play at the Coliseum when it was Little League Day. And the old Coliseum, and they had the moon shot out in left field. And I fell in love with him and Eddie Matthews and Joe Adcock. I think they hit a combination of, like, in a doubleheader, they had like 7 or 8 home runs or something. And so Frank Robinson, I like Frank Robinson because I had skinny legs and Frank had skinny legs, you know, and I couldn't hit. I wish I could have hit like Frank Robinson. My brother really loved my brother really loved Roberto Clemente.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I liked Julian Javier also because Julian was the only guy that you know, hit Sandy Koufax well. So it just shows to show you that not always the best players, you know, are somebody's nemesis. And sometimes somebody has your number.
Okay, so when you look at today's game and look at the generation of these players, I mean, you've obviously managed some of the greatest players that we've seen. When you look at the talent today, what do you see in the differences in the guys maybe from the past to now?
Probably some of the major differences is that, you know, the amount of teams that are out there, you know, there's not as much competition on, you know, for jobs on different teams. And back then, if you got hurt, somebody take your job. But now if you get hurt, there's a good chance there's not anybody that's as good as you on your team to take your job. You know, I think that's one of the major differences. And also, you know, just the fact that, you know, just society's changed. Society's changed, period. You know, and, you know, that little point, that slogan, take care of number one and do this and that, I mean, that's changed a little bit. It's getting harder and really harder as a whole to teach, you know, team. You know, especially when the money's so high that you get a runner on second base. You know, it was a sin not to get him to third base with nobody out, but now you guys are trying to get him in. To increase their own numbers. Like I said, it's not their fault. Or like Bob Marley says, don't blame the children. You got to blame the adults.
I like that.
And so. Yeah, that's some of the major differences. It is getting harder to teach the team.
Okay, so baseball Mount Rushmore. I have fun with this question. And you know the Mount Rushmore consists of 4 people. So
I've never been there, and I always wanted to go.
Okay, so we're going to have fun with this, though. We're going to break it down to 4 positions. 1 catcher, 1 pitcher, 1 infielder, 1 outfielder. And I know this is on the spot, and you obviously managed and played against a lot of different guys. Who will be your catcher on your Mount Rushmore all time?
Johnny Bench.
Like that?
Yeah.
Infielder?
Infielder. Boy, there's some good ones out there. Derek Jeter.
Oh, wow. That has been a unanimous answer. That's pretty good. I like. Okay, outfielder.
Hank Aaron.
Okay, and pitcher.
Sandy Koufax.
Wow. I like that. So.
Because I asked Hank Aaron one time.
Oh.
No, I asked him, I said, hey man, who's the toughest guy you ever faced? And he told me Sandy Koufax.
Ooh.
And so I asked Sandy Koufax, who's the toughest hitter he ever faced? He told me Bad Henry Aaron.
Ooh.
So that's a sign of respect when each one of them named each one of them as the toughest that they ever face.
Well, rest in peace to the great Hank Aaron. So when you look at, like, you coach a guy like Barry Bonds, I mean, you seeing what he was able to do.
Barry, if it wasn't Frank Aaron, Barry being Mount Rushmore.
But being there doing his prime and seeing that, what do you think about that?
Well, I like to compare him always to Hank Aaron because they both have tremendous vision. and not only vision and concentration, and they were hitters with sluggish power because neither one of them struck out. You know what I mean? And I don't think Hank struck out 100 times in his whole career, and Barry might have early, but didn't strike out later in his career. And he had tremendous concentration, where Barry get 1 or 2 pitches a night to hit, and then don't miss them and hit them. And you know, that's hard. I mean, it's hard to just look at ball, you know, because I like to relate it to fishing. You know, you can be fishing all day and don't have a bite, and the one time you look away or don't concentrate, that's when you get a bite. Well, and that's Barry Bonds. You know, I mean, he didn't get a pitch to hit all day, but when he got his pitch, he was still ready for it.
I like that. Last question. Let's talk about this Astros team. Obviously, you're first in the division. Obviously, there's bigger expectation goals for you guys. What do you see in this team and the potential going forward?
Well, the fact that we haven't even scratched the surface on how good we can be. You know, I mean, we haven't operated on full cylinders yet. You know, and hopefully we get Odorizzi back. Hopefully we get one of our main guys back, Lance McCullers. And that would be huge. And then, you know, we've only had a couple guys hitting. I mean, these guys can hit. These guys can play. So I'm just looking forward to when we're operating on all cylinders.
Well, Dusty, I appreciate you for your time, and look forward to seeing you October, man, and get that ring, man. I appreciate you for
you
your
got
time.
that right.
Thank
all
you.
right, bro.
Thank you.